So why a lot of women rejected you in your teens and your 20s, and why now you're getting a lot of attraction, a lot of interest and attention from women in your 30s and your 40s. And this is what happened to me, and it's happened to a lot of my clients, and thank God it's a great thing. So this is a story that many men will have gone through and relate to. When we're younger, obviously we're young, we're very insecure, we're not developed, we're not socialized as much. And we have peer pressure from society. There's a lot of negative things we're encouraged. So we go out to nightclubs, which is what most people did in my generation, and we try and get girls, and most of us get rejected. There's always a small amount of men who get the girls, the good dancers. Maybe they're good looking, more confident, but the vast majority of us men, we get rejected. It hurts us, it breaks us down, and we develop bad core beliefs about ourselves. We think women don't like us. We think we're ugly, we think we're not attractive, we think there's something wrong with us. And if we don't change these beliefs, we continue to live these out. These struggles that we had as kids. And you've got to remember, when you're younger, the girls are young and the boys are young. So the girls are not fully developed, they're not fully aware of how they're behaving. So they might be behaving a bit inappropriate, and so are the guys, and they're treating one another bad, and they're being, playing games and all those kinds of things that men and women do when you're younger to show off. You don't know who you are when you're younger. You're confused. You're influenced by society. You want approval. You want to be cool. You're very afraid, but you're kind of in denial. All those things. So if a guy starts working on himself, and I've seen this with a lot of my clients over the years, even ones that I've catched up with myself. Let's say a guy, and I'm one of the guys who's a late bloomer. I didn't do well with women in my teens like a lot of my friends did, or guys around the area. I just didn't. I was shy, I was insecure, I wasn't really loud. So I struggled all the way up until about, I didn't really start succeeding with women until my late 20s, till I was about 28. So from 28, and I'm 38 now, I'm going to be 39 this year, I might as well say I'm 40. From 28 to 40, and I don't mean this to be big-headed at all. I'm making a point. I want to help a lot of guys. I'll give examples of other people, not just me. I've had so much success with women. Not that I wanted to have loads of women. I just wanted to have one woman and get married, or just have a girlfriend, but it doesn't always go that way, right? I've had long-term relationships in that time. But when I look at it, I've dated so many beautiful women. And it's amazing, because when you're in a place for many years, when you think you're ugly, and you start realizing that it's not true, that just because a handful of women rejected you in your early 20s in nightclubs or at school around your area, it doesn't mean every woman is going to reject you. There's so many different women, different backgrounds, cultures, personalities, different mentalities, different values. So we don't know this when we're younger. And I had a really good conversation with a friend of mine over WhatsApp, and he said the same thing. He said, Johnny, I got rejected by a small group of women around my area and in nightclubs. And when I was younger, I thought that was the worldview. That was how all women were. I thought all women didn't like me. Obviously now he's older, he's good looking, and he's changed, and he has a beautiful girlfriend, and he has women interested in him in his 40s. So actually, if we work on ourselves, we get better with age. We do. And when I was younger, I would have thought in my head, oh, I don't believe that, that's a load of crap. That's just something people would say to make themselves feel better. It's not, in my experience, it's true. And again, I'm not showing off, but of recent, I'm getting so much attention from women, and I'm close to 40. And all those things that guys think, oh, I'm going a bit grey, and I'm losing some weight. It doesn't matter. It's the confidence and it's the maturity. And a lot of women like that. So women change, men change. So you've got to be careful that you're not living in the past. And like I said, I'm not just saying this to be polite, I'm being honest. When I first started coaching, I was 28. And it was great for me because I attracted a lot of clients that were 40 and 50. I was 28, obviously I was good at what I did. Just young, but very experienced, and was learning, good at teaching as well. And I got a lot of clients that were 40, 44, 45, 50, 55. And I found it easier for most of the time to get them results than the guys I work with in their 20s. The guys in their 20s are a bit harder because the ego's stronger. I'm not saying in all cases, I'm generalizing a bit, but yeah, the guys in their 40s have got more life experience, they're more open, and they'll dress better, and they're financially more stable, and it's not about money, but they just have more to them, and I just have to do a bit of work on their confidence and their belief system, and then they attract a woman that's, they can still get a woman that's younger than them, or the same age. If you're 40, they can still attract a 30-year-old or a 28-year-old woman, and get past a lot of these societal limiting beliefs. So it's amazing, isn't that good news? That if you didn't do well, and I didn't do well, that you can, it's not too late. But if you don't challenge these beliefs and you don't get some mentorship or work at it and you don't face your fears, then unfortunately, and I don't want this to be true for any of you, but it will be, you're going to struggle your whole life. Some guys, it's sad, I've generally feel for men that have gone through this, their whole life they've never had a woman. That's not normal. I'm not knocking them. I'm saying that they can be better than that. But they never had someone to tell them what I'm telling them. So hopefully you'll share this video, you'll get it out, and it will help a lot of men that have never had love. Because I honestly believe every man deserves to have love in his life. Every man deserves to experience love of a woman, 100%. Like I couldn't think anything other than that. Because I did, and I spent the first 15 years of my life terrified that I was never have love of a woman. And I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to say it. I'm a romantic man. I've been romantic since I was a kid, and I've always been romantic. I've always believed in love, you know, and especially love of a woman. I think it's a beautiful thing, right? Some guys would judge. I don't care what they think. So it's interesting, you know, and it's a bit like, you know, you go to school and some of the guys you go to school with are nasty. It happened to me, they're bullies. But then when you meet them 10 years later, they're changed, they're nice. So you have to realise that the girls that rejected you when you were younger, they're changed. You've changed. You're not that person anymore. But the memories and the beliefs are still haunting you, and you've got to get past them demons because they're holding you back right now from meeting a great woman. So it's not like, oh, when you're 30 or 40, a man becomes decrepit and needs a walking stick and no woman wants him. No. Look at Grant Cardone in his 60s, Robbins. Do you think these guys can't get women? I know they're married, they could. Millions of women would date them. They don't care the age because they're successful, they're attractive. Not just in how they look, their energy, their level of consciousness. So I know I'm going a bit deep here, but it's all true. You've got to get your level of consciousness up. You've got to connect to your spirit. You've got to be passionate. You've got to be purposeful. You can't be old. You can be like, yes, be mature, but you can't give up and go, I'm old. You can't say that. If you start saying that, projecting that, then women are going to just say, oh, he's old, he's boring, I won't date that guy. You've got to change your perception of yourself. But I wanted to educate you today on a very delicate matter that we all relate to. I've never met a guy in my life that didn't have some struggles with women when he was younger. I've never met any guy, maybe one. And even eventually he'll say, oh, I had some struggles. We all did. Everyone I know did. So it's weird how life can feel unfair at the start, but it evens itself out, and it is fair, where you might feel the way I felt, that it's not fair. You know, I went to school, I was a nice kid, I didn't bully anyone, I was respectful, all the girls didn't like me, not interested in me. And then the guy that acted like an arsehole, they were all over him, they dated him, he got all the girls, I didn't, I got left out and rejected. You've got to get past that sob story, even though that might be true then, because that doesn't have to be true now. And like I said before, if I can do it, any guy can, 100%. So my clients are doing it. So, you know, for the guys that are really struggling at the moment in the late 30s, 40s and 50s and even older, there's women out there that will date you, you know. At least date a woman your own age, still young. Date a beautiful woman that's 40. What's wrong with that? Or 35 or 50. You've got to get past it, man, because it's not like as we get older, we get worse. No, it depends on how we look after ourselves. I'm going to be straight with you guys. I've seen guys in their 20s, they look like crap because they don't take care of themselves. And I've seen a guy who's 40 and looks a million times better looking and healthier and just more confident because he goes to the gym, he has a good diet, he makes money, he's happy, he helps people, he's successful in his life. So it's not just about the looks and the age. It's not as narrow-minded as that, but society's like that. It's everything's black and white. Oh, you're 20, you're like that, you're 40, you're done. Nice, there's more to it than that. Be the exception to the rule. You know, again, I hope I'm not being big-headed. I'm different. And I know a lot of you are in a good way. My clients are, I'm not your average Joe that you can just put me in a box. You can't do it. Every time you put me in a box, I climb out of one, and you try and put me in another one, I'll climb out of it again. So you have to break out of the narrow thinking of society. And I'll say it again, you've got to change your mindset and have a good attitude and outlook on women. If you don't respect women, they're not going to respect you. You're not going to attract them, or you might attract a woman. It's going to be a terrible relationship. So I'm passionate about this because I know what this means to me. I know where I was and where I am now. So it's not where you are, it's where you're going. And where I used to be is not where I am now. I was a guy, thought he was ugly, thought I was trash, thought no woman would want to date me. I don't believe that anymore, so I don't achieve that anymore. I believe I'm a great guy. I believe a woman would be blessed to go out of me. I'm handsome, I'm charming, I'm caring, I'm strong, I'm a kind person. I know that in my own heart. And you have to know that in your own heart about yourself. But you're not going to know that and feel that if you don't work on your fears, if you don't take action and stop listening to the negative conversations in society which are so limited and uneducated and so outdated. There we go. I thought that was a pretty good video, guys. I was going to say give me a round of applause, but I wouldn't hear the claps. Like, share. Let me know in the box below if this resonated with you. I promise you take this advice, it will change your life. Right. For those of you that want to go a step further and you're ready to take mentorship, guys that are later on in life, 30, 35, 40, 40, 50, get in touch. I'd love to help you if I can work with you. I'll help you out if I can. If I can't, I can't. I can't be any fairer than that. Send me an email. My business address is below and I'll get back to you within 48 hours. And if need be, we'll get on a Zoom call. I won't charge you for the Zoom call. I'm a fair man. If I do work with you and we go ahead, then we'll do the paid programs. And I will say, my coaching is expensive because I'm not cheap and the value that I give is not cheap either. So if you're looking for an easy, quick bargain, you've come to the wrong place. You'll have to find another coach. And I don't work with anyone. I only work with people that I like. They've got good values. I know that they're going to be respectful. They're going to do the work. They're going to change their life. I can't be any more fairer than that. If you can't afford it, stick to the free videos. I'm not going to exclude people. These videos are free. All the information is free. Go and use it. But if you've got the investment and you want to put your money where your mouth is and you want to invest in your courage and you want to transform in this area, get in touch. Let's make it happen, all right? Speak to you guys soon. Fearless. Have a great day.